My name is Aramis, my son is Mayana. My day at school was great. I had fun with my friends. We were playing, we were talking to each other. In my spare time, I like to read some books, reading my Bible. That's my spare time. In my family, I have 4 siblings and my mom.
Do you feel different?
No, I don't feel different. But God made me the way I am.
This might look like a normal day for Ari. He wakes up, gets dressed, and goes about his day. But little did you know that he has autism spectrum disorder. Growing up in a household where autism is misunderstood can be challenging. How do you view the world? How do you view people around you? How do you view yourself? This is an autistic life.
Well, what kind of person Neri is very I can say he's a quiet person. He's sometimes shy, but he likes to help. He's a neat freak, and he's into music. He's a musical person. When I noticed the signs and the change in his behavior was when he was about 9 or 10 years old. He would get very temperamental, and he would just be very aggressive. He wouldn't make eye contact with you, and you would just you'd have to repeat more than once something to him, and he would just be very stubborn. At the time, I didn't know what autism meant. I was very ignorant about it. I just thought autism was just another word for being retarded, for being different, and not being mentally stable somehow.
Okay, so autism is a neurological disorder. It is characterized by what we refer to as the four quadrants. So we have sensory functioning, social interaction, communication and language challenges, as well as repetitive restrictive behavior patterns. So just to give you a few examples, when we refer to sensory functioning, we refer to either the learner being hypo or hypersensitive. So that could be make reference to our senses. So if we speak about our olfactory senses, our auditory, our tactile senses, proprioceptive as well as vestibular senses. When those senses are affected, it can be quite overwhelming for autistic learner, and that inhibits normal functioning for the learner.
Growing up, my family thought that I was different, but they didn't know that I was special, that I was autistic, but I'm happy with who I am.
I found out he was autistic when he had to be sent to a special school at the time. Well, I was worried, especially being his older sister, and I just didn't know what to do. But I would speak to him, but it wouldn't help. Like, he would just, keep acting up. And at that time, I was just so ignorant. I would just retaliate back aggressively, but I was never happy about it.
Either the learner would have challenges with socially interacting with other learners in a inappropriate way, or would prefer not to interact with other learners at all. We also have the communication and language deficits. Either the learner would be non-verbal, pre-verbal, or able to communicate with others. And then we have the repetitive and the restrictive behavior patterns. That refers to echolalia, when they repeatedly say a specific word or phrases. Routine behavior, when they need to stick to certain time schedules, how their daily schedule is. They're very pedantic about following the order and sequence of that schedule. When we speak about neglecting autism, what we need to remember is that we always refer to it as the 3 A's, is that awareness, acceptance and advocacy is very important. So spreading awareness, so centres such as ourselves, we work with the greater community within Mitchell's Plain, and we focus a lot on the advocacy and the awareness of autism, putting it out there. We have events such as our Fun Walk, for example, where we use that opportunity to spread awareness and acceptance of autism. It's very important. Early intervention is quite imperative when it comes to autistic learners. So we try our best or it would be ideal for us to realize that the learner has certain traits of autism at a younger age, so that we can intervene at that age.
I've got a son of 15 and he has autism, and that's how the organization started out. Tyler was diagnosed at the age of 2.5 years old, many years ago, exactly 12 years ago, with autism. And back then, if I remember, it was something that was unknown, that I didn't know about, and our parents are struggling, our families are really struggling just to get our children into school. What do you do? Autism Connect has proven over the past 6-7 years now to be that learning center or educational facility that bridges that gap, to make a school readiness, get our children to that school readiness state so that they can get into school. We don't promote that we the be all and end all. We have our challenges, and what are those challenges is to make just to tick over and to make really this organization work, and our beneficiaries, which is our children, that we impact their lives. When they leave the space, we need to know, and we know, and it's been proven that they're able to get into school.
If you find that you don't have much information about autism, there's always the nearest clinic. There is a lot of information available at clinics within different communities, teachers at schools, nurses at hospitals. There is a lot of access to different types of information, and that is the starting point. And those people, if they don't have the answers for you, they can refer you to places or facilities such as ours to give you those answers that you require.
His condition hasn't affected our relationship, because I can say that we've actually grown much more closer to each other, and he's more open to me and he can make eye contact. And like the other time, he came and told me about a girl that he likes at school, and it was so cute. And yeah, I can say that we've just grown a much more stronger bond than ever. The advice that I'll give to people when their loved ones has the condition of autism is don't attack them by also being aggressive. Be patient with them. Make them feel comfortable, make them feel that they can trust you, be their confidant, and also don't make them feel like they're different from everybody else. Make them feel like they're just as normal as everybody else. And just because they're autistic doesn't mean that they can't do or be like other people and do the best thing that they can do, and just make them feel loved, like how they should be loved. Now that he's older, I can say that he has changed a lot. He can keep his temper under control. He doesn't just get aggressive like before. He's much more open and much more outspoken, and he's also much more open-minded. Before, the most little things could get him upset and angry, but now he's just so friendly, and he's always helping. He's not stubborn. You don't have to repeat more than once to tell him something, and he's just very, very nice person.
I want to work one day, start my own business, like other people is doing out there. I want to go around the world, do amazing things. Yes, I'm not perfect. Don't treat me differently. Yes, I have autism, but I'm still human.